Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Play LOTRO with me, Balthelion. So today I've gone back and I'm in Buckland in Breeland. So to bring up the map, down in the southwest corner, I'm going to talk to the Burglar Level 45 class quest NPC. So if you're playing a different class, your NPC could be somewhere else around Middle-earth, could be Rivendell, anywhere really. I can't remember where most of them are. So you have to find whichever NPC it is. So if we talk to him, he's going to give us the quest, the truest course is awareness. Well, that's the vector quest.
Could I take a moment of your time?
And then we're going to get a rapper quest. So this one is a lesson from Bilbo Baggins. So we have two quests, or two objectives. Complete Articles of Cunning and Implements of Night. And as you'll see, we're going to get a class trait point for completing this as well. So once we take that, we can take those two individual pieces.
Might I speak with you
And these quests both have three parts, three sets of objectives to them. And once you complete all three sets, you're going to get some jewelry and a weapon from the other quest. Some of these might be pretty nice to you, especially if you're not crafting. They could be quite effective. If I look at the other one, so it's going to be a mace or a dagger. I like the daggers. Burglars should always use daggers in my opinion. So we take those two quests. We then have two objectives for each of those quests, which is to kill a mob and get bits and pieces of them. So traditionally one of them is to kill a specific named mob. So in my case it's Narglip and Driftclaw. And the second objective for each one is just to kill a load of a certain type of enemy. Now these enemies, if we have a look at the map, you usually have one of them will go to Angmar. So in this case it's the Implements of the Night, so I have to kill Narglip the Borg, who is over here in Laurelin, and also to kill some Brimstone Leeches. So those guys are around Gabble Shatter, which is where we were previously. And then the other quest is going to be going to the Misty Mountains, so I need to kill Driftclaw and some Snow Beast furs. So if we open up the map, so Driftclaw is down here in the Giant Halls, and the Snow Beasts are all in kind of like the northwestern part of the Misty Mountains. So we'll go do those really quick then. Okay, so we're back just outside Gabble Shatter and Angmar then, so I need 5 of these leeches. These will drop items which won't be physical items that go in our bags, they'll just be items that will update the quest as we get them. There we go, so 1 of 5. So I'm just going to kill a few more of these guys. Okay, so we're back and hopefully this should be the 5th and final one. But apparently they don't always drop the item you need, so I've had to kill a few more than 5. But there we go, that's 5. So that's that objective complete. Now I'm going to head west and we're going to go find Narglip the Warg over in the Laurelin area. Okay, so here we are then. So Narglip patrols around this hill where all these ruins are. And he's the Brown Warg, which ideally we want to try and fight when he's on his own, so we'll just let him walk past this one. And then we'll divert him just to make him think he's heard a noise, press aim, crit him up the backside, and then just try and DPS him before he DPSs us. Nice little stun, get behind him, poke him more, there we go, some nice crits from behind. And we got this one in the back. There we go, so that's Implements of Night completed, and we have to bring the first set of components back to that NPC we just talked to. But next up we're going to head to the Misty Mountains then and do those two objectives. Okay, so we're in the Misty Mountains now then, so we're in the Western Breenan source, just on the western side of the map here, and as we head further up towards the northwest we'll see loads more of these snow beasts wandering around, and we need to collect 12 of their furs. So like the leeches, it may require us to kill more than 12 of these guys. But there we go, so I'm actually getting quite a few drops off them. But yeah, one of 12 furs, so I'm going to kill a few more of these off camera and meet you guys in a second. Okay, so we're back again. This should be the last one that I need. There we go, 12 of 12. So that's the snow beast done. So now we're going to head all the way right through the high crag down into the giant halls where the bear called Driftclaw lurks, and we're going to kill him next. Okay, so we're back again at the giant halls down in the southeast then, and Driftclaw's right in front of me. Now he does patrol around, so you might not find him exactly at the location he's marked on the map. And again, we'll just have to make sure we're not going to aggro anything else when we pull him. Stop him still and murder him, because we definitely don't want to be pulling some giants by accident, because those guys have 11k morale, since this is a bit of a tougher region of the map, so we want to avoid those giants as best as possible. There's one sneaking in from the right. Oh, he stopped, that's alright. There we go, Driftclaw hired 1 of 1. So again, this quest is now ready to hand back into Sterling Proudfoot in Buckland. So we're going to head back there and hand those in. Okay, so we're back at Sterling Proudfoot then. And if we just hand in those 2 stages of the quest, we'll get 2 more objectives for each of these quests. So we need to collect unyielding drake scales, glossy cave claw hides, hateful worm eyes, and venomous dread turtle beaks. Now, if I've got some of these in my bags, yes I do, so once you start levelling in like the level 40 plus areas, sometimes as random drops from monsters you're going to get these loot with purple backgrounds, like these ones for example. And you'll see they'll have a little description on them, and it will say underneath which classes are interested in these particular types of items. So I don't think any of the ones I've got at the minute is actually for burglars, but you see this trophy is sought by guardians and runekeepers, this trophy is sought by minstrels and runekeepers, and so on and so forth. Basically those items are the ones to do with the level 45 class quests, and they'll come from specific mobs. So hooked warg claws come from wargs, clouded worm eyes come from worms, corrosive and bubbling droplets come from those leeches, and so on and so forth. Now these, unlike the first stage of a level 45 class quest where you have to go out and physically kill these mobs yourself, these items you can trade them with other players if your kinship has them available for everyone to take and collect as they need them, like ours does. You can just go and pick those up from a chest and then come straight back to hand these in. You can bath these at skirmish camps. I think it's under the curiosities vendor, I'm not entirely certain on that. They cost a few marks each, they're not too expensive. I think you have to buy them in stacks of 5 or something like that. But yeah, so if your kinship allows you to do these easily, you can just grab those, come straight back, rather than having to find these items yourself. So I'm just going to see if we've got any in our stocks, and we might be able to hand these straight in. Okay, so we're back at Sterling Proudfoot again with the level 2 items. So again, I can just advance the quest, and again we're going to have 2 more objectives. So this is the 3rd and final stage of the quest, so we need to collect a Goblin Badge of Rank, an Insignia of Battle, a Warkeeper's Token, and a Cruel Talon of Asgoth. So the 3rd tier of items come from the instances within Angmar, which we haven't quite got to as part of the Let's Play, but the instances of Uragarth, which is this orc city over here, which is slightly southeast of Karndum, which is the big evil fortress of Angmar, where the Witch King presides, or would preside if he was not currently engaged in other matters in the War of the Ring. So those are 2 big instances there. Karndum is a level 50 instance, Uragarth's a level 48 instance. You can go in there slightly lower. They're both 6-man instances. You need to own the Angmar quest pack to be able to have access to those instances. If you don't own the Angmar quest pack, then don't worry, because you can still barter these items from the skirmish vendor, the same NPC it was for the other one, so I think it's the curiosities vendor. These will cost a few more marks, but you only need 1 of those items each. Each of these items will drop off a certain boss within either Karndum or Uragarth. So you might have to just research on the internet which particular boss you need. Or again, these can be traded between players, so if your kinship has these and someone can donate one of those to you, great, then you can just grab that, come back to the NPC. So I'm just going to scoot off again and try and raid our kin chests. Okay, so we're back at Sterling Proudfoot again, so I can hand in those final
How do
stages.
you do?
And because this is the final stage of both quests, we actually get our rewards now, so let's have a look. So as a burglar we get a bracelet or an earring. The bracelet gives us quite a bit of agility, which is nice. Will, which we don't care about. Might, which is okay. And crit, which is nice. But I have 2 very shiny bracelets. And the earring gives us agility. The side of might, which is power we don't really care about these days. And crit, which we've got, which is nice. So that is actually an improvement over my earrings. So I will take the earring of cunning. We're also going to get the title Avella Evasive Artist. And a few health potions as well. So we'll bank that, equip the earring, and hand in the second quest.
A lovely day, isn't it?
So we get either a mace or a dagger. I refuse to use anything that's not a dagger on a burglar. So let's compare that. Well, the DPS is 36.3, which beats 33.6 on either of my current weapons. The stats are kind of better than my main hand. Stat wise it's actually lower on the whole than my offhand, but yeah, it's still better DPS wise, so I will take the Dagger of the Night. I will equip that in my main hand. So we see it, so the main hand dagger should be the one on the right. So it doesn't look particularly amazing, but you know, it's a nice dagger. But now we've completed both halves of the lesson from Bilbo Baggins.
How do you do?
We can continue this quest, which will now require us to talk to Bilbo Baggins. So we have to go to him in Rivendell, so I'll meet you guys there in a second. Okay, so we're at Bilbo Baggins then. He's in the Hall of Fire in Elrond's house in Rivendell. So we talk to him,
Hello there.
he's going to say we're awesome, and then we get that 1 class trait point. So if we finish that, class trait point acquired. He's going to have some quests for the Misty Mountains, that's not related. And that's our level 45 class quest done. So that's it class quest wise until we hit level 58 now for the next class quest.